Games, the podcast where we bring you the latest in gaming news, indie reviews, and everything else under the sun. My name is Kendall. I'm one of your co-hosts, and I'm joined by
Tony, aka Deuce Almighty.
excellent, excellent, best one so far. I would say that's my choice for best one so far. It just flows. A little sacrilegious, we could argue that, but it's all good. But hey, we are actually excited to welcome back my man James Lyles back on the podcast. What's up, brother?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Chilling, man, chilling. We are here again. Episode, what is this, 53, I think? So last week was the Eagles Super Bowl episode. So we are back, but we're gonna kind of treat this one a little differently than normally. We're taking a small, brief break from just honing in on games. Not to say we can't talk about games today. We can just talk about whatever, but it's kind of a free-form topic episode. We talk about music, sports, whatever we want to kind of jump into. Because I know it's been a lot going on. I know a particular topic I'm going to want to bring up in the music side of things, involving a certain verse everybody seems to be talking about this week. But we'll get to that when we get.
I came up with the episode topic. That was the only.
Okay, so we don't have to bullshit around. That's why we're here today. Okay, let's get it. All right, cool. So we made a podcast episode to talk about this Kendrick verse, basically. So let's get into it, man. The fucking Future album dropped. If you haven't heard, I don't know how many rap fans we have out there, but Future dropped the album, surprise Kendrick verse, and he's dissing fucking the so-called Big Three in it, like the whole concept of a Big Three. And I got some thoughts. I didn't even share with y'all yet because I reacted very similarly, but I'm gonna let y'all jump in there if y'all want to take the floor. What was your reaction to this whole thing?
I'll let Tony go first.
So because I'm not really a Future fan, so I woke up and niggas was talking about the album. I'm like, all right, whatever, cool. Like I generally ignore shit I don't fuck with. But then, like, as I'm scrolling the timeline, I get about 20 so tweets deep, and niggas is talking about Kendrick dissing niggas, and I'm like, hold up, Kendrick on what? Like, what we talking about? And I go through the searching and all that. I'm like, God damn it, it's on the Future album. So now I'm trying to figure out what the name of the track is and all this other shit. So I get a hold of it and I'm listening to it. And you get about 4 or 5 bars in, and I'm like, oh, he dead serious about this shit.
Yeah.
Whatever on his chest, he getting all this shit off right now. And I mean, Kendrick be rapping his ass off. That's normal. My whole thing is that I said this to other people too. I don't give a fuck about what Drake has to say about it. Like, at all. He had his opportunities. Nothing was the same. So I tucked the sniff as a rapper back in his pajama clothes. He had that moment, did nothing with it.
I mean, there was a diss. There was a response.
Was there? Because I don't remember that shit doing anything.
What was the joint called? The Language was a Kendrick diss for sure. That was 100% a Kendrick. Yeah.
But I feel like Drake is he makes music for passive aggressive niggas, so I couldn't tell.
Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about here for sure.
So, but yeah, man, like Kendrick went at it. Like, I'm interested in hearing Cole's back and forth because, like, niggas on Twitter made a good point. Kendrick does not be out here like that.
Yeah,
like, you not see him doing a bunch of shit. You don't hear about him doing a bunch of shit. So anybody involved in this just has to rap. That's right. It. You can't try to meme your way out of this. You can't try to use the collective power of the internet and have people cracking jokes on them. Nah, bars or nothing. Or shut the fuck up. That's it.
Man, that's the part of it that I enjoy a lot. Because I'm gonna be real, I'm not one of the type of people that I understand the idea that, like, we need competition and steel sharpen steel and all that good stuff. And it's true, it's gonna bring out the best bars from everybody involved. That's why I'm interested to see Drake's response. Like, Drake can rap. Like, we can talk all day about who Drake is and what type of petty shit Drake. Yes, Drake can rap. Yes, he's a good rapper. Yes, that nigga Drake has punchlines that are a lot like Big Sean's punchlines, and that they're clever in a way that not a lot of people doing punchlines in that way. It's going to appeal to you or it's not, but the nigga's good at what he does. He's been in the game for like 15 years. Drake can rap. We don't have to have that debate anymore. Like, it's a personal taste thing in my eyes.
I ain't gonna say the nigga a bum. I just say I don't fuck.
It's a personal taste thing. Like, if you don't,
that's where I go with it.
Yeah. Like he's doing his thing, and his thing is not everybody's thing. But that dude is he can rap, he can do his thing if you want, and he can diss a nigga for sure. Like he can talk about a topic, and like if it's nothing else, this nigga lives in Pettyville. Like he is the petty god, and so this is I don't want to see the subs. You're right. I don't want to see the like. I'm glad that this happened for nothing else, but then the fact that there's been subliminal bars for like 10
Ever.
years. Yeah, like this man, this is nigga at the BET Awards back when he was still Kendrick would never do a cipher now. How long has that been true? You dissed this man in a BET Award cipher. That means it was a long ass time ago, bro. Like it was a minute ago. So
Kendrick had to fade the last time
yeah,
niggas was talking
exactly.
about this shit.
Exactly, bro. Like it was a whole different. Nothing was the same era. Like you know what I mean. So I'm glad to see stuff. And then the cold shit is the most fascinating part because it's like you've been honestly showing nothing but love since y'all got famous, and this is gonna be a very interesting. Like Kendrick is not the good guy here, and I fuck with that. I'm not even mad at that. Like he's just like I'm swinging at everybody. He told you this shit on Control. Did y'all listen to what I said, or y'all just got in y'all feelings? Because I'm actually coming for niggas next. It don't matter who you are. He said this shit all the way back then, so it is what it is with Kendrick and doing this shit. I want to see what Cole's actual response is.
I'm not gonna get into the topic if Drake can rap because I could be here on a lot on if Drake can rap. He could
Man.
at some point back in like comeback season. Yeah, he was a rapper then. Now I feel like he's a lazy motherfucker. He just puts out shit and y'all just tune in and be like, oh, that's good.
Nah,
That shit is
nah.
trash. Shit's
Listen,
garbage.
I've not liked the Drake album in fucking years, but I think y'all be hating because he raps. He can rap. Like
Let me stop you right there. I'm a hating ass nigga.
I
Fuck
know.
that nigga music.
I understand this. but nah, man, listen. Like it's a lot like Jay-Z, how you get a lot of kids nowadays who be like, I don't get why everybody cites Jay-Z. Jay-Z is not like going to papoose you ever. Like, you know what I mean? He ain't putting the bars together the way certain people are. But the way the metaphors are, it's not even punchlines, it's metaphors. Metaphor rap is a different beast. And I think Drake is in that lane of metaphors. Like his metaphors is actually dope. They're actually clever. He got a way of his cadences be clever as fuck. He's the hook master. Like that shit takes talent. This nigga is a talented dude. But
I personally just believe that he got complacent. I feel like he just coasted off of his name and he feel like he can put out whatever and people are gonna listen to it. Like
that
that's
I absolutely agree with.
He did the old Wayne thing that Wayne did after Wayne put out 50,000 mixtapes, and then y'all still was like, you know what? I'm still gonna listen.
I
And
was
he
genuinely
like,
scared
put out
to. I was about to say that exact thing, but I didn't want to bring up Wayne. I feel like, but no, I agree.
Wayne did the same shit. It's just I've always looked at like because you and me have talked about this before, Kendall. You know, I put in time to say I don't fuck with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I've given Drake multiple chances, and at every turn, I just be like, I don't see it.
Drake was
But
never
like,
going to appeal to you. Like that's not a Tony type of nigga.
because he a passive aggressive ass nigga, and I don't fuck with that.
And again, I agree with that too. I mean, listen, God of pettiness. Like I feel like, admittedly, like this nigga just lives in that lane. But
that much I don't respect passive aggressiveness, but I can at least respect the fact that he owns up to
it. Yeah. I mean, I don't respect owning it either. I don't that part of it. I don't fuck with.
You know, some nigga be like, no, I ain't passive aggressive. I don't know what you're talking about.
True that.
At least he can go. Yeah, I'm a passive aggressive.
You know what? You're not wrong because that's the same mentality with the Kendrick shit. Because I think Kendrick is a goddamn bully. Like he's out here fucking with niggas for nothing. Big Sean didn't even catch a straight. He just caught a fucking like Breath of the Wild Horizon situation.
Kendrick be like the way Jay-Z used to do Nas, or not used to, still be doing Nas.
Yeah,
that's what Kendrick do to Big Sean.
It's crazy. It's wild.
Kendrick did what Jordan do. He makes up things in his brain to have some type of beef because it just drives you to be better. And I know we talked about this offline, and I was just like, you know, we talked about like how we haven't been feeling music lately. Like it's been like trash basically. And you know, like I was looking for something, you know, like I told you, like I don't feel like people don't put their soul into their music anymore. They just kind of drop it makes money, and that's what everybody's happy about. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody is on tracks with each other, you know, drinking lean. Like when we grew up back in the day, like Nas and Jay-Z was going after each other. Like they didn't give a fuck. But you know, that's just I'm the best, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted people to do that. So that's what I said. I'm like, I really want Cole to, especially because Cole lately been like getting on tracks and murdering the motherfuckers. Like Cole
Right.
been in a different type of bag.
Yeah.
Like been
He's
on
going
some
for that
other
crown. Going for
shit.
that crown for sure.
So now that Kendrick's like, I'm back, because Kendrick, drop off for 5, 6 years, but he's like, hold up, y'all forgot who the fuck I was. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like for real. So it's like I really do want to see them too, like go back. But now, again, if Drake wants to respond and it's a nice, I'll take it. Because I feel like that's what music needs. Music needs, that competitive nature. Like I'm the best rapper. Like nobody has that anymore. Everybody's just like, yeah, we
Mhm.
making money, so that's all I care about.
That's facts. And I'll say one of the last times I was really like, oh, Drake was actually spitting here was like I think his diss to Pusha T was actually mad underrated. It got completely overshadowed by a story of Adidon. But
I was gonna say, I will give Drake his credit when he came back with that disc for Pusha T. It was cool.
that was
Now
not a bad diss.
this is how I got to the point where I said I don't want to hear shit Drake got to say, because that Pusha T and Drake shit that was rooted in some actual beef, but it was still some competition shit.
Yeah.
And Drake not only went and got on Braun's show stuttering, copping pleas like he was talking to his pops, he went and got his actual fucking daddy to stop the fucking beef. That's why I don't want to hear shit out of his mouth, because you could have just dealt with Pusha T on these bar shit if you was really about that, and you didn't. Because you
Listen,
got your feelings because your man put your son out there and then told you pops he was a loser, and then got out here talking about your man's 40.
you know what,
Yeah,
man?
talking about Braun on the shot, talking about, well, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? You said I can never disappoint you. Fuck out of here. I don't want to hear shit from his mouth.
Man,
Now this
listen.
version of Cole we've been getting recently, yeah, I want to hear all of that smoke.
Yeah, I can. Okay, listen, I'm not Drake's biggest fan. I ain't gonna say here fucking keep defending this nigga. So we're gonna move on from that shit. But I agree that I want to hear what Cole's about to do. Like Cole is actually on a tear, and I think that's my only argument, like against needing competition. I agree with you 100%. Like everything you're saying is true, but I also think we should appreciate the fact that Cole was dropping his best bars by working with everybody. So the opposite can be true too. You know what I mean? Like he jumped on the track the last time the internet went crazy was first person shooter, the song that caused this motherfucking beef, and that was him hopping on the Drake song. So, and I think that
Best versus
they
me and them recently is all on features.
Facts. Yeah, like Eminem is another. Like, I mean, you see a lot of people that go on these feature runs, and like that's a whole thing in hip hop. You know what I mean? So collaboration can be fruitful too. Kendrick, nigga, relax. Like, but I can. I know. I get it. We all enjoy the smoke, and we can be honest about that shit. This is
That
entertaining
man
as fuck.
Kendrick said, "I am not a part of TDE. I don't have to make no friends no more."
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I ain't
I
got to
got
worry about top
hands,
dog.
kiss
Like,
no
hey, you
babies.
can't do that. He's like, fuck all that. I want all the smoke.
And mind you, Control dropped when he was on fucking TDE. Like, so he
And
was.
that shit was mild compared to this, because he just flat out like, fuck the big three, niggas. Like,
This is a diss.
I'm with that. Like, yo, why
Literally.
are you trying to lump me in and trying to make this some peaceful shit? No, I'm the best motherfucker out here. I ain't trying to hear this shit. We not the Celtics, nigga. I'm Kobe.
Listen, I think either way is cool, but I'm with the bars getting better. That's what we need.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, man. I mean, honestly, the debate about this really comes down to: do y'all think Cole actually is taking it right now over Kendrick as far as like who's actually out here cooking? Because Cole's quality and quantity has been very very high.
Yeah, I would say if we're comparing last albums, and then if we're just comparing, just like I said, the just what Cole been on, like Kendrick, just he dropped his album, then he disappears. He might do a future with my man Baby King, because that's his
Okay.
family. So he gonna look out for his family. But other than that, like he in his own world, and that's fine. But like Cole is like really like he said, like this is the off season, like, and I'm about to really get into the game. Like I'm about to really show you, like I'm that nigga. Like he really like I'm coming for that crown, because y'all kept talking about me back in the day, like my beats was trash and all that
Yeah,
other shit. He's like, all right,
boring.
yeah, exactly. I'm boring, and I'm talking about how I want to fold clothes and shit. All right, I'm about to really show
Yep.
y'all some.
Yep.
By the way, I like this
Yep.
song though, but
Nah, I feel you. I feel you 100%. Because I always push back on the boring shit. Like, I feel like that's such a hater mentality, and I've been push back against this on some like, people can have their own opinions. You don't have to like J. Cole. You can think he's boring, but I feel like this nigga minds his business and drops good verses. Like, what do you have these strong negative opinions? It's like when everybody on Twitter came for that librarian dude. I'm like, why are you coming for this nigga? He's just chilling, doing his thing.
So I'm gonna tell you where the Cole shit started because I think this is kind of the problem with, especially with rap and the way people like consume it. When Cole said, "I make you feel like you the shit, but boy, you can't out fart me,"
Yeah.
everybody just been leaning on that line for like the last 15 years.
And you can't even
Like
do that.
that's the barometer of his skill. And because like we talked about Cole before, where it's like I should wholeheartedly like fuck with Cole because I
Yeah.
fuck with niggas that can just flat out rap. But some about his music just don't be like hitting to me. Like all his albums, like
And
they're
that's a
good.
personal taste, yeah.
They're
But
good. They just don't like.
how can people lean on that line? But when 2 Chainz said what he be saying, people don't say shit.
Because
That nigga
2
said
Chainz
she got a
marketing
big booty, so I call her Big Booty.
2 Chainz a turn up rapper. People let that shit go. That's
Yeah.
really what it comes down to. They
Yeah.
let that shit go because he a turn up rapper.
He's not out here acting like, I mean, listen, I have my opinions on a lot of people that I fuck with. Like I fuck with Cole, and Cole Cole will tell you straight up, he let Nas down and all that shit. Like, he had his era of trying a little too hard. But
Everybody's favorite rapper got some stank bars.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Facts. And that's I don't know, man. It's a weird time where I feel like we're in a place where there's not a lot of people who are really even trying to come with like crazy like lyrical performances and all this shit. But I just want to appreciate the ones that are like, what I mean, we don't have to hyper fixate on certain things like when it comes to these rappers the way we do. Because like honestly, everybody's nice as fuck. Like I think we're in a time when like we have a big three. Now Kendrick can say what he wants to. That is like the biggest three. As far as I'm concerned, I think Cole is actually right now doing his thing as far like on some front facing shit, like a little harder than Kendrick. Kendrick has an air about him where he's always gonna be Kendrick. That's my favorite rapper. That's been my favorite rapper since 2009. You know what I mean? But I think Cole is like he's the guy in hip hop right now. Like it's more than just like you can't just drop this verse and then duck off. Who knows when we'll see this motherfucking Batman ass nigga again? Like he dropped this verse, poof, and gone. Like what the fuck? So
Depending on what you do.
yeah, yeah, that's facts. But I mean, I don't know. It's an interesting time in hip hop. I think we got an interesting little like next era of niggas coming up too, like the Jids and the Sabas.
Look, man,
You know,
I want people to know that I was on Jig before anything, and I was telling everybody.
me too.
So,
Me too. Like
so
from the
people
jump. I
understand.
mean, I ain't gonna even say here like I'm not a hipster about Jay because I got on off of Never his fucking first single, and then I was like, oh, this nigga is actually crazy with it. Like, what the fuck am I hearing right now? But yeah, nah, I respect it. But
my favorite rapper disappears more than Kendrick, so
I mean, the thing with like
Childish will drop off like 6 years that didn't release music, so
that nigga he might retire on the low and like never tell you.
Cole got it, like you said, Cole got it right now as far as like being the top guy, and that's just based on output and just being out there.
Right.
But I think that's just down to his style. Like Kendrick is like super concept nigga. Like that nigga ain't dropped the album that wasn't a concept album. And I think that's kind of what he wants his lane to be as far as his output.
Yep.
But we'll see if the motherfucker make him put his head out a little bit. A little bit more. See if he get into the back and forth.
I respect it, man. I honestly agree that he is the art guy, and I think we need to push that art forward. That's my other thing. This shit is an art form. Like, I appreciate that one of the most artistic motherfuckers is actually hella competitive, so that's cool, and that we get that duality. But we gotta also remember that, like, if nigga, just create your shit. Like, make shit. Like, what I mean? You don't necessarily have to. Comparison is the thief of fucking joy. And y'all niggas will actually lose your actual minds. Niggas will be outside of Eminem's mother's fucking spaghetti shop filming music videos like Benzino if you let this shit go too far. Like, don't let the pettiness get too deep. Like,
that motherfucker getting on my nerves. How you gonna cry about, hey, stop bringing that up, and then go and try to make a diss track Like,
Eminem,
why you fueling this nigga like that?
he ruined that man's life.
After that, M dealt with that shit right after that on that
He did,
Doomsday joint.
He did.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. Like the beef is it's whatever at this point. But it's kind of like it can be everlasting at some point. So you don't want there to be a fucking winner. Goddamn, don't end up being like Ja Rule is living his life. He's doing his thing, but that shit is still like you can see it in the back of his eyes. Like,
But it's 50, bro.
He go
Never
to
back
sleep
there.
and Hail Mary.
you know what I mean? Like it is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? So that's an interesting combo. I'm glad we got a chance to get all that out of there. I don't know if y'all want to jump in anything else. That was my contribution. I want to make sure we started off on a strong note.
Just make sure everybody, check out WrestleMania, April 6th. So that's all.
The wrestling conversation should definitely happen.
The real people's champ is back.
Mhm.
The Rock that finally came back and stopped cosplaying Dwayne Johnson playing The Rock. I'm very happy about this. Like he don't ever need to be a babyface ever again. Just give me all the heel shit because he having fun with it. Like when he came back the first time in 2011, when he had some shit to actually get into with Cena, and there was some actual beef there. That was his best shit.
Yeah,
that was his best shit. And then like right after that, like when he got into it with Punk, you could kind of see it turning where like I said, it was Dwayne Johnson coming out and it's like, is this how The Rock would do it? And he was that for like the next 10 years. This shit here, this is The Rock. This is the shit that I grew up on, with some added cussing. He bringing the shirts back. He doing all that shit. I'm so happy with this. I can't fucking wait till WrestleMania. It's gonna end in him and Roman going at it probably next year anyway. They building towards that. But yeah, I'm with it.
And then we gotta talk about the Eagles on how to get all this money. How they keep signing all these people. Shit is stupid.
No, they came into the offseason with like $40 million in cap, man. How we be knowing what he doing? When we cut Kevin Byard, that gave us an extra $13 million.
Fucking magician, man. It's
Matter
crazy.
Fact, got the second most cap space and ain't signed
I think we still got like another 35 mil.
And I honestly, when I saw that, I thought that was before they updated with the contracts. But like looking at how much niggas is getting paid, like, yeah.
Work them first year cap numbers, man.
It's crazy. I mean shit.
We trade Hassan, so I'm a little sad about that, but I understand.
Yeah, it didn't happen yet, right? I ain't missed nothing.
Nah, but it's probably gonna happen before the end of the week.
Yeah. That wasn't gonna last forever, I guess. I mean,
well, he just wants to he wants like 25 mil a year, which like if he was like 27, I'd be like, hell yeah.
Yeah, but, especially for a nigga 30, yeah. It's time to start building up some of them niggas that we drafted and whatnot, you know what I mean? So
Nolan for, so he gotta step up.
Yep. So to answer your question, James, it's because we got the best front office. Dak Prescott's brother said that, so it is what it is.
Wait. James, are you a Giants fan?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm a Patriots fan.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes. The person that respectfully I always talk about sitting next to a Patriots fan and watching Super Bowl 52, that would be this guy right here. And it was a hell of an experience. And I hope I didn't lose a friend that day. I'm glad you still made the podcast. You know what I mean?
Hey, look, man. I've learned that you can't win them all. I had to live through fucking losing to Eli twice, so I'll be okay.
That's the shit that would burn me. Like, yeah, y'all got 7 of them, 6, 7 of them things, but the 3 that y'all lost is
yeah.
But I will say though, I did get some of that magic back when we came back and beat the Falcons, because I ain't gonna lie, I think that was like the saddest. I was really about to go home, like at halftime. Like I was really about to go home.
That was gonna happen, because I think I texted Kendall that same day. I said, if the Falcons don't score coming out of halftime, this game is over.
Mm-hmm. And it's the Tom Brady effect, bro. Like
shit down their leg for the next 45 minutes,
bro. It's what people. I really had to have a dawning realization that like a lot of Tom Brady's greatness was fucking up until the last second and then just coming out there and like performing. And that shit matters. Like, that clutch factor is very real. You know what I mean? So that Falcons performance was what solidified the GOAT status in my eyes. Like niggas couldn't even argue after that shit.
Yeah, no, you had to shut up after that one. Everybody had to shut up after that one.
Yeah.
I mean, if it is the Falcons and they're prone to shitting themselves at any moment, That 28-3 in the Super Bowl is fucking like that's insanity.
Literally, like 21 unanswered points to take it to overtime and then the win in overtime. That's just crazy. And that's the same type of shit you see with the Chiefs coming back. I mean, it's not as dramatic, but you see the Chiefs kind of on that same trajectory, fucking like taking out the Bills the way they did this year and whatnot. Like, it's crazy the way these.
The Bills are some shit, but
yeah.
This will piss me off about the Bills. One, Josh Allen was a bum when he got in the league, and I think people need to remember that. Like they get too hyped up on like what he's doing, put him on the man cover. He was a fucking bum before they got Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, I don't remember
now. Issue with the Bills and the conversation around Josh Allen is that everything that's happened since that overtime game, which was a fucking classic, and Josh Allen played his ass off. That game was not on him. The problem is that everybody came out of that game talking about how good Josh Allen played and completely and totally ignored the fact that Patrick Mahomes took the motherfuckers down in 13 seconds to score without a single timeout in his pocket.
Like one of the best moments ever. Like that shit's crazy.
And nobody talks.
Yeah, the thing,
Make-A-Wish kid in Buffalo.
Makes me angry is that people find excuses for Josh Allen, but Lamar can do similar things, and then they hone him and be like, "Well, he ain't win a playoff game." Well, fuck. I mean, shit. Josh Allen only really won one, so we really don't do that. We're not gonna hold him to the same standard, though.
No,
listen,
no, they're not.
Same thing. I mean,
with Lamar is the same gripe I had with McNabb in the Super Bowl. Is that the last playoff game? Just run the fucking ball, man. Like, stop trying to prove shit to niggas.
Yes.
Like you got 2 MVPs in your pocket, dog. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody.
And
just
then
play your game.
Honestly, Zay Flowers is I mean, respect to Zay Flowers. He was cooking all season here, working. I think he'll be cooking for the foreseeable future, but he fucked that shit up. Yeah. He fucked that one, like, so yeah, maybe stop passing it, you know what I mean? Like I mean, but hindsight's 2020, you know what I mean? But it's a league where it's so hard to fucking get through the playoffs, get to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, becoming the fucking NFC or AFC champion is fucking impressive in itself. But we do not treat it like none of that. Getting to the Super Bowl means nothing next year. Like, I mean, maybe you can say, oh yeah, we had the second best record, you know what I mean? Like we got the second furthest. That shit don't matter. Like, take it from me, an Eagles fan. You know what I mean? Like next year, you're not gonna give a fuck that Purdy got to the Super Bowl unless you're, you know, having one of those annoying ass Purdy debates that niggas keep having. So I don't know. It's a weird league. Like it's success driven. It's weird.
It's literally, you know, year to year. Because I mean, Jalen outplayed Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Nobody but Mahomes talk about it.
Yes,
Mahomes
literally.
is the only motherfucker to say, yo, he played better than me. Oh.
That shit's crazy. And I mean, it's going to be like that because Jalen Hurts will tell you that shit don't matter. Like I ain't win, you know. So we'll see what happens, man. I'm crossing my fingers. We shored up a lot of shit on our side. It's going to be a lot of changes in the league. I have no idea what this is.
But you know, it is what it is. How we don't think linebackers are important. I don't know why, but
yeah.
I mean, I got Devin White, so that'll help.
Yeah, no, it'll help unless, you know, he decides to freelance. Like that's the problem.
And look, I have issues with the Fangio system. I have since forever. It doesn't leave a lot of room for freelancing.
I mean, he got 70 dropped on his defense. So I mean,
but that's what I'm saying. That style of defense is ass. If you got any quarterback that can read a defense halfway decently. But I find out if the architect of it will make.
I was about to say that. That's exactly like the carbon copy might be a little shaky, but if you get the real product, maybe it's a little sturdier, you know. So, and then the fact that we're clearly picking up a ton of pieces, like James was saying, like to kind of like make it make sense, like things that he wants, people that he's worked with before, shit that fits his system, I guess. Except I've heard that CJ doesn't really fit the system, but we're gonna see how that works. But yeah.
He's a freelancer. Like he's one of them dudes that's best when you just let him rock and do what he does and make it free. But you know, we gotta get Bradbury to fuck about it, bro.
Yes, please. Like, why?
He turned into Namdi last year. It's a wrap. As a corner, once you start getting cooked like that, there is no comeback season.
Yep.
As a corner, once that starts happening to you, it's over.
That shit is. I mean, he'll have a flash or two, but like, nah, he ain't what he was. Especially even in the Super Bowl season, he ain't what he was that year. So, yeah, I can agree with that, man. Listen, I will say this: my mother's maiden name is Watkins, and my last name is Cunningham. So I have a lot of love for Quez Watkins and Zach Cunningham. From the last name perspective, them niggas might need this.
Hold up. Zach played pretty
Nah,
damn
he
good.
did.
Nicholas Morrow, that was the problem.
Morrow was the actual
Morrow was the
a
problem.
major
Quez
problem.
Watkins, get
Quez
the
gotta
fuck out
go.
of here.
Is he gone already? I heard. Did we release?
Nobody's picked him up yet.
Okay, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, nah, we need Quez out of here. Zach Cunningham, okay, yeah, he wasn't as terrible, but I'm keeping my eye on you though, Cunningham. You know, just because you got Cunningham on an Eagles jersey, don't mean you safe from me. But I'm not mad at that, man. I feel like these are conversations that we've been dancing around on many episodes, and we finally getting a chance to get them shits out of our system. Trying to think if there's anything else.
I don't know if y'all be keeping up with like women's college basketball, but Kim Mulkey is out here putting out fires that ain't been lit yet. So for those who don't know, Kim Mulkey is the head coach of the LSU women's basketball team, and basically somebody that was probably at the Capitol on January 6th. So, most likely. Yes. But there has been a Washington Post piece that has been rumored to be coming out very soon. That is, nobody knows what's in it, but it's apparently so bad that Kim Mulkey did like a 4-minute statement at the end of the game press conference the other day, basically calling it a hit piece, talking about how they was going to get disgruntled players to go give false statements about her, and that she about to sue. So that just tell me right there, whatever the Washington Post got it's going. Look, she went for the white person trifecta. She got out here and tried to get in front of it with the statement. She started talking about disgruntled people making statements, and then she threatened to sue. That's the white woman 3-piece right there. There's something in that article. There's that is absolutely damning, and I can't wait for that shit to drop because it's gonna be funny. Because don't nobody but her players like her, and I don't understand why her players do.
Yeah. Sometimes you get close to it. It's like having an uncle that's a little bit of a weirdo, or a racist or whatever. Nobody like you but your family because they close. But I hate situations like that. That kind of reminds me of we gotta talk about X-Men 97 too. We gotta get into some other nerdy shit.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Yeah, I know.
That shit
oh
fire.
My God. But
that shit fire.
But they fired the creator like right before the show came out, like a week before, and nobody seems to know why. And it's like
I heard it was because he had an OnlyFans, but I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, I've heard those rumors too, but I don't know. I feel like that's something that you would have known that. It's not even explicit, I don't think. I don't even think it's like a explicit OnlyFans. It's like that's a platform you can use.
That's the problem. But see, that's the problem now is the way that things are going with that. OnlyFans has an explicit connotation.
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as you hear that name, I know what I thought when I heard this nigga got OnlyFans.
Like,
yeah. Hey, do you make your money, brother? But
that's how he got the show made. I mean,
facts. We funding this shit somehow. All right, fuck it. I gotta. yeah, we're gonna leave that there. But I hate when shit like that happens. I hate shit like that because X-Men 97 is so fucking coded. Like, I've never seen something take nostalgia in this direction where it's such a blend of old and new, bro. Like the art style, the fucking like the voice cast being back. Like, bro, yeah, like the fact that so Jean Grey's voice actress is not playing Jean Grey, but she plays like the agent that's been fucking with them the whole time. Like, so like they're incorporating people from the past shows, even if they're not. Like, they got Jennifer Hale playing Jean Grey now, but even still bigging up the people from the past. Like, it's such a fucking amazing show. And I mean, we 2 episodes.
All I'm gonna say is they did Cyclops right. That bullshit they was giving this man for years. They was like, hold on, he's the leader for a reason. Yep. Let us really make him be out there how he's supposed. That man, that dude's something else in that show. That's all I'm saying.
Like, because I started watching the OG shit recently, just because we only got 2 episodes, and then we got to wait weekly for the new shit. That shit popped. But I started watching the old shit. First of all, we got to be honest about something with the old shit. The voice acting was not great.
It was.
The voice acting is not great.
It's a 90s cartoon,
It is. But just going back and looking at it, it's like, okay, whatever. Like, Professor X's voice is grating as fuck. But besides that, like it's still really fucking good. Like I was locked in the same way I was eating cereal on the fucking floor. Like I was locked in all over again. And then when you look at like my favorite thing about the OG intro is that it always faded in like niggas was already fighting before I got there, and they kept that. Like that was my favorite shit. Like it just faded in. It didn't cut in. It wasn't like a lead into everything. It just faded in. Like, nah, niggas was beefing before you sat down. We just getting the camera on it.
I can fuck with that actually.
And in this one, and I fuck with that.
The vibe is the same. Like little shit like that is very, very good to describe how they kept that same energy as they had back in the day. Like it feels like an expanded version of the show. It feels like they picked up literally right where they left off. Like it's hard to know how much time has technically passed. You know what I mean?
I agree.
But at the same time, like they about to delve into, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but they about to delve into some comic shit that's like some kind of deep, weird shit. Like and yeah,
so fucking fire.
Yes, bro. Oh my God. Like it's about to be dope. You know what I mean? And I mean the villains that they teasing, you know, I'll throw it out there because he's in the intro. Mr. Sinister being teased, you know what I mean?
The intro was so fucking fire.
Yes.
I just really hope this does well, because if it does, I don't know if they can, but I would like them to redo the Spider-Man Joan from the 90s too.
I would love that.
They need to.
Yeah, I don't think they will because they got Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man coming, but if they didn't have that, I would. I mean, I'm here for it. I won't say that I'll. Yeah. I didn't know we were getting a Spider-Man cartoon ever again from Marvel official, so I'll take it. But yeah, I mean, it's not what I would necessarily want. When it was the original premise where it's like, we're going to show you Tom Holland Spider-Man's first year or whatever, I'm like, oh, that sounds dope. But with it being like apparently like an alternate universe or some shit, like it almost feels like a half measure of trying to go back to the animated series. Because a lot of the designs, like a lot of the characters look very similar to how they look, but not quite the same. Like, I should have just done this shit, like Spider-Man 97, this motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they should have did. This Spider-Man 97.
When they announced X-Men 97 and they saw that reaction, they should have went that way with everything else. That should have been the lane for that.
Yeah. You know what? I'll take a Spider-Man 2099 reboot. Fuck it. Like, let's do that one.
Now?
Yeah.
Now,
like with make that shit actually fire, to bring it to like that should have been Batman Beyond like it always should have been.
Speaking of Batman Beyond, he will be in I don't know, I've been watching the DC animated. He will be in the Crisis on Infinite Earths DC animated movie.
Yep. And OG voice actor.
Yep.
Man, I actually can't wait. Like I don't know if y'all saw the leaks of like the concept art for a Batman Beyond movie that they were thinking about.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking, bro. Like everything I could have wanted. Because
it's the type of shit we miss out on, bro. Especially with Warner Brothers fucking everything up.
We got to talk about those fuckers. We got to have a conversation. But hold on, before we get there.
Straight up. Let's just get straight to it.
Okay, yeah. Fuck are you doing, bro? Like, what is happening over there? Like, I can understand making a bunch of decisions based on money, but these decisions are losing you fucking idiots money. Like, you canceling shit after it's made. I need to fucking fuck you in the middle of the goddamn eyes, whoever's running your goddamn company, bro.
It's right off. That don't mean you're making money, stupid.
Bro, like, mind blowing. What every step, I mean, the video game side, Suicide Squad, bombs. The fucking, movie side. They fucking canceling Batwoman and other movie, the Acme versus Coyote.
Oh, I wanted to see that shit so bad.
Bro, that sounds like a fun. You're gonna make a Looney Tunes Roger Rabbit? Come on, I'm there day one. God, they can't.
I think a lot of their movies are just really bad. I think the last Joan I really enjoyed was actually Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle was actually really good, actually.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't watch Blue Beetle because by that
Blue Beetle is actually good. It reminds you of like Spider-Man 1 type of flavor to the
Raimi joint.
Yeah. It reminds you that I really enjoyed it. That's why James Gunn kept the character, because
that's what I was about to say.
It did do well. I really enjoy it. And then I love the kid because Cobra Kai is like one of my secret like dope ass shows. That shit is fucking fire. I don't know why kids beating up on each other is so fire, but it is. But yeah, but everything else, I haven't watched Aquaman. It's free now, so I'm probably gonna try to watch it.
I liked the first one. I ain't watched the second one yet.
Yeah, I thought
I heard the second one was really horrible.
I did too, but
It was really horrible. But
I mean,
that's good because the guy playing Black Manta, I was like, hey, he could probably replace Kane and be Kane because I
that's
was
actually
That's what mad niggas like fan cast for that was like, no, just go get this motherfucker.
honestly, I didn't even think of it because my mind, like everyone else, went to John Boyega to the point where John Boyega was like, "Keep my name out your mouth. I don't want this shit." But
He's nerd shit, man. Star Wars, like Star Wars shit ruined him.
mind you, though, he recently came out and was like, "I might be willing to work with him again." Like I think enough times passed, he's thinking about it. So I was thinking maybe Marvel would be a good way to ease back in there, but. If you don't want it, then fuck that. Like, this is gonna be a recipe for disaster.
Because they make you sign deals with that. You got to do that shit for a minute.
Yeah, you locked in. Fan reaction be damned. You locked in. That's Brie Larson. Straight up.
She wasn't even a bad Marvel. They gave her a lot of help for no reason.
You motherfuckers are pathetic. I just want to say that on camera. Like, you niggas are actually kind of sad. And we're gonna move on. I ain't gonna get into my
I mean, again, I love Brie Larson. I just don't know if that character was right for her.
I think it was great for her. I think maybe the writing suffered, but I mean, it's not even like the criticisms. Like there's valid criticisms of the first, especially the first Captain Marvel.
Oh, that shit was boring. I fell asleep.
Yeah, like there's some. Cause I like the Marvels a lot though. That was like
I actually did like the Marvels.
I think James got a point with Brie Larson because she's kind of like if you see her in comedy, she's really good. She's like a female Ryan Reynolds, just kind of toned down a little bit. I think if they could find a character like that fit her, because she's very sarcastic.
Yeah, I think
like that. I think it would have gone better.
I feel that it probably would have. It's probably better casting that they could have for her, but I think it was a writing thing for sure. Like because it was not her tone. Her tone was what they wanted her tone to be, which was a very serious, like stoic, no nonsense soldier type of woman. It's the fact that like they wrote that in a way that made her seem like kind of an asshole sometimes. Like you know what I mean? So that's where I think the valid criticisms come back. Mind you, when I say these people are pathetic, I'm talking about the other motherfuckers. You know who I'm talking about. Like I'm not talking about people that's like, oh, you know, it might have these, you know, she might not have been the best for the guys. I'm talking about the
niggas that sweat Mountain Dew.
Yeah. If you're angry talking about this, I'm talking about you. Like
but I mean, I don't. Again, I feel like I wanted the movie to do well because I feel like you know they need that Wonder Woman character. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like first Wonder Woman, like I said, was probably one of DC's best movies. You know what I'm saying?
So 84.
Oh yeah. That shit was terrible.
They fuck around. They would shut down traffic in DC to film that bullshit.
Yeah, that shit was horrible. It was nothing good about that movie at all. Like nothing.
Ridiculous.
But I just feel like Brie Larson could have, like you said, could have been a different character. What character? I don't know. I just don't think the serious, you know, Captain Marvel was the character for her. Like, because when I first see Brie Larson, I'm thinking of like Community and shit like that. Like, where she's to me, she's like a female Michael Cera. You know, she's weird.
That's a good yeah.
You know,
okay, I get some blend of like comedic confidence. I can see her playing like a Sharon Carter because I feel like Sharon Carter didn't get enough. You know, she had her brief moment in like Captain America. What was she, a Winter Soldier? But yeah, they had like a whole real relationship in the comics, and like Sharon Carter's a whole thing. Like Agent 13, that's like a whole hero. So she might have made a good Agent 13 or somebody like that, but. Marvel is in an interesting place. You know what I mean? We will be here all day. So I don't want to keep this well. But I think Marvel's one that we need to touch on before we end up wrapping this shit up because some divisive opinions on that shit, man.
I mean, it is. I feel like, you know, just last thing, you know, I feel like a lot of people are just like, well, it don't hit as hard as it did back then. I'm just like, because back then it was so new.
Yes.
You know, that's the difference. It was so new. I think some of the movies are bad, but I mean, when you've been doing it for so long, you're bound to get some bad movies. I mean, like that's just how that works. Like, I mean, I love The Matrix, but I still think like the third one was kind of bad. I mean,
Yeah, we're not even. We're gonna pretend the fourth one never. There was never a fourth one. Just let's not. Let's not talk about.
We're not talking
When
about
I'm
that.
like, I audibly went, "Yo, what the fuck is this?"
I was on some copium shit watching the fourth one. Like, oh, they're trying something different. Oh, okay.
And my
Oh,
man in the coffee shop acting like none of this shit went down. I'm like, yo, what are we doing right now?
yeah.
Nah, but no, I think like people are saying that it doesn't hit the same, and I think the other thing that people are forgetting is this is still like phase one of the new shit.
Mm-hmm.
Phase one in the Infinity Saga wasn't all hits neither.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Like it took a second for this shit to turn up. Phase two was when everything turned up. And then
even
it became like the MCU to because we still had like Thor: The Dark World, but
yep. People didn't love Iron Man 3. I think Iron Man 3 was underrated, but you know.
But that's the thing. Like I guarantee when we get into phase two, or I guess at this point it's what, phase 5?
5, yeah. Well, I guess when
we get into the second phase of this new shit,
yeah,
that's when it's going to kick off.
Yeah. Like I think so. Technically, I think we are like the first phase of the new era ended with Black Panther Wakanda Forever. But my thing is,
I have to give the movie a pass.
We forget that movie came out, and I think Black Panther Wakanda Forever is fucking gas. I think that movie was fucking fantastic.
That shit was dope.
Yeah, like I think fucking Spider-Man No Way Home was dope. Guardians 3 was fucking fantastic.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was fun.
That's what I'm saying. These motherfuckers start hitting they start hitting that rhythm.
It's gonna be a wrap again. Like, I mean,
they started getting into the TV shit like way too quick, and then everything started like hitting after that because like Moon Knight was forgettable.
They just made the same mistake that they made on Netflix all over again. They was like, okay, let's make some fucking TV shows. First TV show, WandaVision, just like Daredevil, it hit. People love it to this day. Second TV show, what was it?
Jessica Jones second, or was it Luke Cage?
Oh, it was Jessica Jones second.
Jessica Jones was second, but I mean on the MCU side, what was it? Loki. Loki was the second show. Hit,
hey man,
hit like a motherfucker. Jessica Jones was a yeah, exactly. But
when Loki came out, I thought, oh, we're really about to do this shit.
We're cooking, right? Like this shit, and we're gonna talk about Loki season 2, but they ended it off just as strong. But that shit was amazing, like goosebump inducing type shit. Like, but that after that was when things started getting real Iron Fisty up in this bitch.
Well,
you know, like
I like Luke Cage. I actually thought Luke Cage,
Nah, yeah.
I feel like the only issue with Luke Cage is that they shouldn't have killed Cottonmouth. They should
the first half of the first fucking season.
Check the fuck out.
Yes. Half of that season was excellent.
I did like the other guy in the second season though. The Jamaican dude. He actually was pretty fire. He
wasn't bad. And the second season had pretty good highs. It just had some real low moments. Like
that's just that. I mean, Iron Fist. I mean, look, like I said, I'm not gonna blame him. People keep trying to blame the actor. I'm not gonna blame him because he was just acting what they gave him.
I'm not gonna lie.
They gave him with shit.
Right. That's exactly how I feel about Captain Marvel. Like, I don't think it was shit, but I feel you. The same type of vibe. And also I want to say for the record, I did not watch Iron Fist. I was just taking a cheap shot. Like
Iron Fist was horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah. But after that, I was actually out by Defenders. I'm not gonna hold you, because I think they like they built it up and then they didn't deliver as much as I was hoping they would with Defenders. I did watch it, and it wasn't terrible, but I just kind of by that point it was just like, okay, we doing TV now. Like it started to feel, with respect to Arrow and everything, kind of like on some CW shit. Like,
yeah, I will say though, the Punisher though, that shit was fire as fuck.
Facts, the Punisher was fire.
You can drop Earth on anything, it's gonna be dope. I ain't seen that motherfucker miss yet.
Literally, bro, like not one time. So yeah, shout out to Punisher. I think he's rumored to be back, so that's going to be pretty dope if it.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so hey man,
I think he's going to be in that new Daredevil, that Born Again show.
Which I think people are sleeping on how much that's going to be a reset moment. I mean, honestly, we're in the middle of a reset moment. Nothing is more reset than Deadpool, and literally could not end this conversation without at least mentioning Deadpool. But
got to. The things I'm hearing about this movie.
My whole family shut up when that trailer dropped.
Yeah.
I was at my parents' house watching the Super Bowl, and that trailer, I said, everybody got to stop. Everybody has to stop.
I mean, before Deadpool and honestly after Deadpool, I was like, do we still even care about Super Bowl like commercials and trailers and shit? But that was the one this year
Yeah.
for sure.
We don't because they like it's all spectacle. It ain't it like it's weird because it's weird to say this about Super Bowl commercials, but niggas actually used to, like we said in the music, they used to put their soul into that shit. Like
Yeah,
you would remember shit. Like niggas still do what's up after all this fucking time.
yes,
Because
bud.
it just hit just
Wise,
like, yo, I'm just talking to my homies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean,
It's like, although the Hey Arnold joint was funny as fuck.
fantastic.
Oh yeah, I like that one. Yeah, that I enjoyed that one.
Yeah. But I feel you. Like you have one moment to sell the world on your company, and you probably paid, if not a M, close to $1 million, like to get on this fucking TV right now. I mean, I'm talking about back in the day. So they was putting a lot into that shit. Nowadays, you got fucking repeat Temu ads trying to get you to go on their fucking scam ass app.
That shit was every commercial break.
Like, what the hell is going on? And I mean, listen, shout out to Jesus, but I'm still not quite understanding what's going on with the Jesus commercials.
He gets his commercials is fucking weird as hell, man.
Yeah, like that's my dog and all, but I don't know. What are you selling?
Stop putting money in the collection plate. That's where it's going. Stop.
Literally, bro. Like, I ain't going, we're not going to touch on that too much, but I don't know. Like, it is what it is.
I got a seat book.
Look, man, I'll be right there next to you. We're going to keep the podcast going there, bro. But I think that's actually a great place for us to wrap it up. That feels right to
Then
me.
nigga Kendall Harris start doing this, and then the lightning will come.
Yeah, like let me wrap this shit up before I need to get away from all this like electric conducive shit. But nah, man, let us know, man. We'll definitely be back doing more of these like free form episodes, just kind of talking about what's been going on in the world. So let us know what you guys want to hear us talk about, whether it be music, games, sports, movies. I need to talk about Dune 2. Dune 2 was gas. Y'all should go see Dune 2. But just be
kept falling
prepared.
asleep on the first one. So
Be prepared. It's long. I was about to say them Jones are long and they slow, but
I'm a Lord of the Rings veteran. That's easy work for me.
you're gonna love it. It's long and slow, and they don't explain shit that makes it cool. You just gotta like understand it. You're gonna love it. But with that being said, guys, let us know what you felt about Dune 2 and anything else we talked about today, man. We want to hear from you guys, so leave a comment below. Definitely like and subscribe because we want to know, we're making the right show for you guys. We want to keep it going that way. But until next time, man, I am Kendall. This has been James and Tony. And make sure you guys keep gaming.